They have been raped, they have been robbed, children taken from their families, adults being sterilized. That was not the Nazi Germany, but unfortunately, that happened in Norway. In the 20th century, Sami children were often forcibly removed from their families and placed in boarding schools where they were forbidden to speak their language. The Sami language were banned from schools. Traditional practices like reindeer herding were also discouraged and restricted. In 1930s and 40s, some Sami individuals were forcibly sterilized in Norway and Sweden, driven by a racist ideology. But maybe today is not the right time to talk about the history of struggle, because today is the Sami National Day. And even though it's time for celebration, somehow I cannot drop some critical questions. For example, why it's not a public holiday? Is it fair to have holidays for a guy who was born in the Middle East a couple of thousand years ago and not for the National Day of our own people? Are they our own people? Do they feel that they have got some sort of independence somehow? They've got their own Congress, that our parliament override their rule whenever they don't like it. Yet I tend to like to believe the reason they got to have their own Congress, that it was too cold up there to send them a governor to govern them. In a day like today, the Sami flag is flown, the Sami national anthem is sung, and various cultural events have been held. After the working hours, of course. But let's not be dark and gloomy and use a day such today to educate people about the history of Sami people, to raise awareness about discrimination and what can it do to a nation. Gratulerer med dagen. I wish I've learned how to say this in Sami, but this is as close as I can get. If you're Sami or you have a friend that is a Sami, I would love to hear your stories and see how the modern Norway treat you nowadays. That was a short video, but I could not let this day pass by without marking it on my calendar. Don't forget to text your Sami friend and wish them a great day. That was Nordic Nonsense, where we like to review the news and politics with a little bit of a different angle. Ha det bra.